So far, our trip to the Pacific Northwest has been totally unbelievable. So much more than we ever imagined, and it keeps getting better and better and better.
Do you remember eating the crabs?
I remember eating the crabs.
Oh, they were so good.
Like a cloud needs a sky, like the moon needs a night, we go perfect together. Like a match needs a spark, like how love needs a heart, we go perfect together. We go perfect together.
We stayed at John Wayne's Waterfront RV Resort in Sequim, Washington on the Sequim Bay. And incidentally, we were fortunate enough to meet up with some old friends of ours all the way from Florida who happened to be in the same area at the same time. And man, did we enjoy our time we spent together.
And speaking of friends, we actually made some new friends while we were there as well. We hit the John Wayne Waterfront RV Park at the perfect time of year because the first weekend we were there was shrimp season. Shrimp season opened up, so guess what we did? We made some new friends with the shrimpers right next door to us, and it paid off because they gave us some shrimp, and it was, do you remember what kind of shrimp they were?
It was the spotted prawn.
Oh, they were so good.
They
too,
told us
right?
how to cook them and everything, and it was delicious.
It really, so having friends pays off.
Yeah.
The shrimp was really, really good. Then to top all that off, I think it was the following weekend, Dungeness crab season opened up. So guess what we did? We made new friends with the crabbers, and that paid off, right?
Yeah.
They ended up sending over, I think, like 4 crabs total, already cooked. They even gave us the stuff to break the shells with, and it was so good.
Neither one of us had ever had it before, and it was delicious.
Yeah, Dungeness crab was unbelievable. We really, really enjoyed it.
We really appreciate our new friends. They were very, very kind to share.
Yeah, so thank you guys very, very much. Now, speaking of Dungeness, we didn't realize this at the time, but there's a Dungeness State Park right down the road from the RV parks. We figured, you know, one day after work, let's go check it out and spend some time in the state park.
And if you know us, you know we're going to eat. So we enjoyed a yummy dinner after the park.
We have to share a mic today. Dina's mic got wet a few days ago, and we think it might have died on us.
Unfortunately.
Hopefully you can hear us. We're trying to stay close together.
Yeah.
But we're at Dungeness, what's it called?
National Wildlife Refuge.
Pretty cool little place, right?
Very beautiful hike.
Nice little hike down to something they call a spit, which is really just a little chunk of land out in the ocean, but it's a nice little hike going down.
Beautiful walk on the beach, lots and lots of driftwood. Holy smokes.
Amazing.
And you can see the lighthouse.
Yeah, if you're real energetic, there's a 5 miles out to a lighthouse. Of course, there's 5 miles back as well, so you gotta be pretty energetic for that one, but the views are pretty amazing.
Definitely.
So. Marine Drive.
That's it. Yeah,
Okay.
that's where you want to go.
Okay.
Because there's nests that have been there forever. Matter of fact, last year some of the nestlings fell out, and the fire department came in and got them, put them back in the nest. They know people, but this is a really pretty area because you can go dive along here where not just a spit is, but there's a place called Klahhane Spit and go down to it. They stay on the beach. They love, they're not harassed or anything else. But you'll see in there's a little bench. There's a park bench-like thing along Marine Drive. If you see that, stop your car there and then look in the trees. You can see the nests that are there.
You guys want to go try that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's worth it. It's a beautiful area. Anyway,
Okay.
We'll give it a shot. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much. good. It was delicious. It was one of the best meals I think I've ever had. We highly recommend the Old Mill Cafe. It came highly recommended to us, and we highly recommend
And that was in Sequim, I believe,
in Sequim,
right?
Washington. It was delicious. And also, I'll recommend the cinnamon roll and the apple pie a la mode.
And don't ask us how we know.
Delicious.
But one of our reasons for even wanting to stay up in the Sequim area was we really, really wanted to spend some time in Olympic National Park.
Yeah.
That was one of our main reasons. And there was a hike that we did some research on that came highly, highly recommended. Hopefully I pronounce this, Klahhane Ridge Trail hike. It's a pretty difficult hike. If I remember correctly, it was just shy of 8 miles. It's something I really, really wanted to do. We knew it was going to probably be a little too tough for Dina, so it is something I did on my own. I do have to apologize right up front. I didn't realize it at the time, but my mic just wasn't working.
Yeah, that's a shame.
I had a lot of audio I wanted to share with you, but it just didn't come out. So I had to put this hike just to music. But the views, the scenery were so spectacular, I had to share it with you. It would have been a shame not to share it just because of audio. So hopefully you still enjoy this. It was just beautiful.
Yeah, forgive us
beautiful.
for the audio issues, but I'm so glad he got to do it, and it looks amazing.
Every time I see you, I'm caught up in the feeling. I get tunnel vision. Every time I see you, everything around you fades into the wind, and my heart is thrown open. Feels like slow motion. I never knew the feeling until you. Every time I see you, I'm caught up in your magic. When I fall to pieces, you pull me back together, and when we are together, my feet don't touch the ground. When my world is black and white, color me back to life. I never knew the feeling until you. I never knew the feeling until you. With you, I know I'll be loved. With you, I know I am whole. When I look in your eyes, I can see a soul shine brighter than the sunrise, forever and always. With you, I know I am whole. Whenever I'm with you. Every time I see you, I just wanna feel you. Pull me closer. Take me in the moonlight. Take me to your room. I transcend when I'm with you. I would do anything. You complete me. I never knew the feeling until you. You, I know I'll be loved.
hike looked amazing. I'm really sorry I didn't get to do it, but I knew it was going to be too much. But I'm really glad you got to do it.
Yeah, hopefully you got to enjoy some of the scenery. I know the video just doesn't do justice, but it was too awesome not to share with you.
Right.
But after that hike, we decided let's tone it down a notch, I guess, and just go for a nice ride with our friends. We decided to take a little short road trip over to Port Townsend.
Yeah, we forced Chip and Angela to go with us. And we went to Port Townsend and walked the streets. Tons of quaint little shops and restaurants, a little bit of history. Just a really nice seaside little village, just beautiful, really cute little town. We got to listen to a local band outside, and the people were really nice. And we missed going to the wooden boat museum, which was a bummer, but
it was cool. It was really neat. There's, like you said, there's some history there. We got to walk around an old lighthouse.
Yeah.
We walked out onto a pier marina. They had a big, huge skeleton of a not dinosaur, but a whale.
It looked like a dinosaur from the road, parking lot, whatever.
It was a whale. So that was kind of cool, just out there and all. And it was our first, I guess, introduction to Pacific Northwest seaside
fishing
vibe or village. It was, and there was plenty more to come. But this was really neat. Port Townsend's definitely a cool little place to spend the day and walk around.
And of course, after walking the streets, before we left, you know where we had to go.
Oh yeah.
We went to the Soda Fountain Diner. We sat outside and had a delicious little, I guess, late lunch, early dinner, and we also enjoyed some ice cream.
Port Townsend was a really cool little town. I would highly suggest it if you're in the area. Spend a day there, have lunch, and just enjoy it. And it was definitely a lot of fun. But after that, it was time to get back into Olympic National Park for another hike. This was a hike that a ranger at the visitor center suggested for us, the Hurricane Ridge Trail.
I remember this hike. It's straight uphill. You guys, it's paved, but it's straight uphill. And it's 1.5 miles at least, I believe, from what I remember.
Round trip, I think.
Yeah. But the views are spectacular, unbelievable, just totally breathtaking.
They really were. So hopefully you enjoy our Hurricane Ridge.
Just remember, if you have bad knees, what goes this way must go this way. A little tough.
All right, we made it to Olympic National Park.
With our friends Chip and Angela.
All the way from Florida.
All the way from Florida.
To Washington.
They came all the way out to Olympic National Park.
I think to see her. But we're doing what's the name of this hike? Hurricane Hill.
Hill?
Yeah, is that the Hurricane Ridge area? The Hurricane Hill hike. It's about 1.5 miles out, 1.5 miles back, and about a 700-foot elevation gain. Thing. So we got a little steep part ahead of us, but good thing is it's all paved. So it should be a nice day. It's definitely overcast, but the flowers are out, nice temperature. Yep. And we got some backup in case we got bears, so we should be good to go.
I'm burning bridges with society. Oh, my heart can't be tamed, it keeps pulling me across the canyon, into the great unknown, into the wild, to the wild, to the wild I go. Oh, oh, oh. Into the wild I go. Oh, oh. It's time to break free.
All right, we made it to the top.
This is unbelievable.
Hurricane Hill. It's just over 1.5 miles one way, and it's all uphill.
Every bit of it.
It's pretty steep. I think there's like a 700-foot elevation gain, but the views are just amazing. There's a few places to stop, a few benches along the way. The views definitely make up for anything. We got Port Arthur right behind us. Hopefully you can see some of the...
Port Arthur?
or Port Angeles.
Angeles.
Port Angeles. I knew it was an
Yeah.
A. Hopefully you can see some of the ships back there behind us. Vancouver Island behind us as well. And just the scenery has just been unbelievable today. It's not the prettiest day, a lot of overcast.
Better
But,
than last Sunday.
Definitely, yeah, we got snowed on last
Yeah,
time.
during Father's Day.
Go of all I'm supposed to be. It's time to give up everything I know. Into the wild, to the wild, to the wild I go. To the wild I go. To the wild I go.
All right, here's our view from the top. We're gonna try to go slow
Olympic
because
National Park.
there's a lot of rocks underneath our
Yeah.
feet. So we got the mountains back here behind us. Hopefully you can start to see those now. Oh, and we're at the top of Hurricane Hill Trail.
The
And
very
we're
top.
Very, very top. And we're back around here, and as we come back around, we're starting to face towards the south. And to the north of us, again, is Port Angeles and Canada on the backside. So that's what we're looking at today. Unbelievable.
Really, really pretty. You gotta go. Just go.
I'm burning bridges with society. Oh, my heart can't be tamed, it keeps pulling me.
Hopefully this gives you a taste of our adventures and experiences in Olympic National Park and the Sequim area. We had a fantastic time, but we're not finished.
There's more to come.
We hope you enjoyed this week's video. Thank you so much for watching.
Remember, always live life to the fullest.
Have a great week, safe travels, and God bless.